Hey, so welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and today is the final day, day 3, on getting my tools organized here at the shop. There's probably going to be a few other things I got to do, a little of this and a little of that, but the bulk of the workload is done now, and everything is organized. And the best way to do it is just to kind of show you what we've done, and that would be using the GoPro because it's easier than using that camera. But I hope you enjoy the video and you're having as much fun with this as I am. Kind of glad it's Friday. I'm getting tired out anyways. But let me grab the GoPro. We'll be right back. My name is Eric. Today I thought we'd talk about chainsaws. Alright, so welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and I got the GoPro now to kind of show you on day 3 of what we've come up with. And I hope you enjoy this. So let's get started. Alright, so one thing we've added is these lights, the LEDs. It kind of lights up the area so you can see what you're doing when you're working on stuff. We've got the DeWalt charger still there. I mean, most of this stuff I talked to you about yesterday, but I've added a lot of these assortments that I do keep on hand, and like the E-clips, the roller pins, set screws, and then nylon, locking nuts. They come in handy. And you can get all this stuff for a little bit of nothing at Harbor Freight. Got an O-ring, grease fitting, just assortment of nuts and bolts, and then the snap rings, grommet, hose clamps, which I never have enough hose clamps, cotter pins, you use them a lot, and then some more grease fittings. This wall here is pretty much the way I left it from yesterday. The only thing I did do is I moved some tools from here because they were metric, and my idea is to try to get one side of my toolbox SAE and the other side metric. That kind of made more sense to me. All right, so I still kept my grandfather's oil can and his little butane kind of souvenirs, chalk line. And I've got my carburetor and choke cleaner right here, chain lube, belt dressing. There's not a lot of stuff up here because I'm trying to declutter what I have. All right, so on this side, I've taken and mounted all metric hand wrenches. These are all metric. And then I've got a metric set of 1/2-inch impact here. Brushes here, another set of snap ring pliers. You can't have enough of those. I put all my cutters over here, and then I got my little handy dandy 10-foot tape, vice grips, and I got a fuel line for the chainsaws and the weed eaters. And then here I put the DeWalt Cobalt, as well as these here drill bits are all here. And then I have the Milwaukee step bit where you could enlarge a hole, bigger, bigger, bigger. We use those a lot. And then I've got the set of Bosch, kind of hard with one hand. Basically jigsaw blades, all different sizes. And then that sits there. Some rotary is a promo. Tells me inches here if I want to take and measure something. It's got a kind of a clean surface to work off from, and it's easy to clean it up. The same thing with, when I used to do a lot of stuff with Atlantic Quality. I got some of their placemats that you can do work on. I put my battery charger down there, and then I got this whole area that I can put stuff here and the specialty tools. What I've done with the toolbox is I've actually put what is in there, so that, you know, if I didn't know, I mean, I'll know pretty quick that. But all my cabinets are now all marked of what's in it. And this one here is empty, to be announced. It's something's coming there. But I've got my set of metrics. These are all metric wrenches. And then I got my SAE wrenches. This is on top of what I have over here and over there. You're going to find that you need at least 2 sets, because it never fails. You need a 9/16. You also need a 9/16 on the other side to hold it. And then I got my electrical stuff here, same as yesterday. I kept that as it is. I don't know why I've got a radar detector in there. It's a Whistler. Probably I could sell it as an antique. Over here, carb adjustment tools. I put the carb adjustment tools in the back here. And these are leftover parts from kits, or from actually carburetors that I bought online. And then I have my precision drill set. And I've got some extras here. I've got my awls in here. Then I've got my ignition wrenches. And then I've got, you know, my testers. Pretty much I left that alone from yesterday. I labeled this all Allen wrenches. I brought some more Allen wrenches down, metric and SAE, and all the different bits that I can use. And then I kept this, my DeWalt box, but the only thing I added to my DeWalt box is I have all my pens, pencils, markers in there, miscellaneous in these couple drawers, some extra knives, but mostly stuff that will fit the impact driver. And I got alright, so we dropped down into the big drawer, and I brought some more sockets down, but it still isn't complete. I'm still working on trying to get everything complete from the other 3 toolboxes I got to the house. I didn't make one good one here. And then this here is 3/8 drive, complete set. And I've got some extra ratchets. This is 1/4 inch, where I've got the 2 cases. This is metric, this is SAE, and then I separate them. The metric over here and my SAE deep wells. These are all the attachments that can go on it, and then these are metric and these are SAE shallow well. These are my ratcheting Craftsman hand wrenches. I just move them down. These are specialty wrenches. These are socket driven ones. Ratchet. I got most of these are, yeah, some of them are metric in there, but these are here are more like brake lines and that something you probably never encounter unless you're an auto mechanic. I got all my snips and stuff. I added this set this morning because I like that for cutting wire. And then down here, I'm gradually making it my air toolbox, you know, my impacts and stuff like that. And one of the things that we've been talking about doing is taking and buying some steel pipe and piping air into here and having a drop on both sides of the cabinet where I can plug in, you know, for air out here instead of going out into the shop. But that's in the works. If the place is sold Monday or Tuesday, we're not doing it. Like Claude says, after all this work, you watch, we'll probably sell it. Alright, so I got my screwdrivers here. Nut drivers here. Some more wrenches, pliers, crescent wrenches. I've got the open metric and SAE in here. And these are the offset wrenches. And And then I've got my hammers down here. I probably overkilled with my vise, you know. Probably I couldn't find anything much smaller than this, you know, for my handy dandy vise. But actually that's something my grandfather had in his toolbox years ago. I don't know what he ever used it for. You know, whether it was tying flies, I don't know. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is when I plug this in, my handy dandy lights up there. Now, up to the house in my man cave on the porch, that's my man cave, I've actually got a working stoplight that I went to an auction. The guy worked for the county, and one of the things that they did when he retired was they gave him one of these. You know, it just came out with a whip, and I bought it thinking, well, I'll sell it on eBay, right? But I got thinking that'd be neat to have here. So I mounted it in my man cave, and I can set it where it goes through the cycle of, you know, red, green, yellow, red. You know, it's a stop thing. It's full sized. And I thought about bringing it down here, but it's way too big for what we got going on here. But pretty much, you know, I got some specialty tools up here. I got a level, you know. It's going to be easier for me in the end. I still have to get rid of all this. I got, you know, snowplow Myers pumps down there that I need to dig out and sell those. They're good. We used to install plows on trucks and stuff and we got out of it. The radiators, they can go out into the building. But that's where we're at, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it.